Hey guys, so this week is going to be something a little bit different. I actually was in an art show and the theme was tacos. And this was for an event called the Taco Truck Throwdown number 9. Sometimes the Fresno Grizzlies, via sponsorships and a number of reasons that are sport related that I am totally unaware of, go by the name The Tacos. So I had to do a piece that basically incorporated tacos, and I personally just wanted to include baseball as well. And I was trying to think of something that would work, and it took me a long time to try to think of anything, but then I thought of a Deadpool, and I also, to be honest, was thinking of something that would sell. Zumbi and the stadium were just really wanting to make sure everybody sold their pieces, or at least they could get as much art sold as possible. Besides fitting the theme with tacos, I thought that Deadpool would sell just because of how popular he is. Even people that really aren't into comics, they really seem to like this character and how fun he is, so I was hoping it would sell, and luckily it did. I also wanted to post this piece because it's more in line with a request you would get for a commission, sometimes including a bunch of elements that you might not feel really gel together. That's not exactly what happened here, but it does have the aura of like a requested commission piece. I think because it's a sports team with a character from pop culture, that seems to be a very common requested commission for artists. That's probably what makes me think of that. So with that being said, I started off with a Sketcher Blue pencil, and then on top of that, inked over that sketch, and then came in with Copic Markers. Now, one of the techniques that I'm using here is actually something that I picked up from Mark Brooks, and you can see me putting in some grays before I put in the colored areas. So what I'm doing for areas that I know are going to be warmer colors, I actually put in a warmer gray. For those that are going to be cooler, I put in a cooler or sometimes a neutral gray. So that way it kind of gives it a little bit more of a temperature difference between the warmer colors and the cooler colors. What's nice about Copic too is you can lay down those values and then add color on top of it, and the darker shadows that you put in will show up. It's almost like these transparent layers that you can build up. There's also a blender that you can use, or the markers themselves. You can actually blend the colors fairly easily together. Because they are alcohol based, they can actually do a nice gradation between colors and values. So if I did want to, I could go in and actually make those values even smoother, some of those shadows even smoother, but I actually kind of like the way that they are turning out. So with that, I actually go in and make this really brightly colored background, and then I begin to add some of the red there. You can actually see some of the blending that will occur here. And with the Copic, actually, after I start to work in some of those oranges and some of the reds in the background, I'm actually going to finish up the piece with colored pencil. Now, the thing about adding the colored pencil is that this is definitely something you want to do near the end. You can't really come back and add marker over that colored pencil. It gets really kind of waxy, and it won't allow the alcohol to really get into the colored pencil. So it's definitely something you finish with. But I come in and I actually add some highlights on Deadpool there. I do make some of the jersey a little bit darker there as well as making some really fine dynamic lines to the background there. You can kind of see me circling around the piece here with the ruler. So as I finish up with all those dynamic lines, I also noticed that the front of the jersey, with the way the light's hitting it, I actually do want it to be a little bit darker. So I do come in, instead of a gray, I come in with this kind of lavender color. So just to give the shadow a little bit more color there. With that, we're coming up to our finished piece here. I know this one was kind of a different one, but it was pretty fun to do actually. If you did like the video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a like, and if you're not subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. All my social media links are linked down below in the description. I'm most active on Instagram. I try to post a video every week here. So with that being said, I will see you guys hopefully next week in the next one. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one.